Hey guys, it's GoldenSteelTV here. We're officially back with the Minecraft videos. I'm sorry I took a little longer to post another new Minecraft video, but I hope you're all happy that I brought back the Minecraft videos once again. Okay, we got lots of things to show you today and lots to talk about. Alright, this is the docks that I've built for the city that I just recently finished building, which we'll get to in a sec. And yeah. And some of the buildings here are unfinished, but I'll try to finish building them as soon as I can. And we got the new football stadium too, which is for the school that I just built, which I'll get to in a sec. Here's the football stadium. These are the main stands, which is used mostly for the school. And I forgot to finish building the locker rooms here, but now we're finishing them. All right. All right. No more concrete. We can just finish it up. Alright. Alright. Let's get to basketball news while we get this stuff done. Alright. In basketball news, The Last Dance documentary series has wrapped up. And, there was lots of new things learned from the documentary. And, including some that are new or some that are controversial. One of the guys depicted in the documentary is Jerry Krause, the guy who basically ran the Bulls from 1985 until his resignation in 2003. And he helped build the Bulls dynasty. But we're about to get into the press, the announcer spots, the broadcast booth. I still haven't put anything here, but since we're finishing up the stadium, we should get everything done. All right. Jerry Krause in the documentary was portrayed as a villain because, well, after Michael Jordan retired, he quickly dismantled the dynasty by getting rid of Phil Jackson, getting rid of Scottie Pippen by trading him to the Houston Rockets, and then giving away Dennis Rodman to a team. I forgot, but with the quick dismantlement, that marked the end of the Bulls dynasty, needless to say. Alright, these are the away bleachers that are shorter than the home bleachers, but that's how I built it. Alright, that's the scoreboard right here. Although it's a soccer field for now, I decided to make it that way. The scores that way. Alright, here are the sponsors: Gatorade, Burger King, Gillette, Nike, and Little Caesars. Which leads to another topic, which I'll talk about in a minute. Alright, there's also one new fun fact learned from the documentary. The flu game that Michael Jordan played in the 1997 NBA Finals against the Utah Jazz might have actually not been the flu game at all. In reality, he said that It's actually, he may have actually been food poisoned from the pizza he ate the night before the game. And it's strange, but it's crazy that to find out many years later that he wasn't actually sick with the flu at all. He may have been food poisoned in actuality. Alright, here's the school, and it's called the Mighty Mountain High School, named after a school from Arthur. And the school featured in the show is the rival school to Lakewood Elementary School, in which most of the main characters go to. And here's some stuff that we can take a look at as a sneak peek to the high school tour that will be done in the future. Alright, this is the basketball gym. I'm thinking about naming this basketball gym after a basketball legend. I've already decided with who this basketball gym will be named after, but that will be revealed in the high school tour once we do it. Alright. And here's the pool. It has no benches yet, but I'll try to put them up. I'm not really finished with the school yet. I think it's about, I would say, 90% done, with the remaining 10% being furniture and signs and many other stuff. And here's the auditorium, which is designed very similar to the other auditorium I built for the other school. Their mascot is the Crusaders, which pays tribute to those who fought in the Crusades from the 11th century until the 13th century. I'll explain more in the high school tour video. All of what you're seeing is just a preview to the high school tour video that will be done soon. Alright, back to the city. Alright. Here's this park that's named after a song, and it's called Strawberry Fields Park, named after a Beatles song called Strawberry Fields Forever, which came out in 1967 and was a track on the album they released the same year called The Magical Mystery Tour. And here's the nightclub with the bell being rung to announce a new song, which is the purpose of having it here. And a glowstone block being used as a disco ball. Alright. And here we have the bar, which has the old style sign, just like the other bar that I built in another city called Queenstown. And if you're wondering what's the purpose behind what's the meaning of the old style sign, it pays tribute to the beer company that has put up a bunch of signs in a bunch of bars that are in the Chicagoland area where I live. As it's mandatory with all cities that I've built, I built the fire station and a police station, because when you're building a city, it's mandatory to have both of them to serve the needs of the communities. And yeah. Okay, we're gonna start putting some furniture and decorations for the house that I'm building Actually, oh no, I'm sorry. That I'm gonna live in if I were to stay here in the city. All right. Continue talking about basketball. All right, and yeah. To support MJ's claim of getting food poisoned the night before the so-called flu game, there are some people who believe that someone must have intentionally poisoned his pizza so that the sickness would leave him unable to play. Sure enough, he did play, and the performance was just phenomenal, considering that he battled the ailment and won the game. And of course, later on, the Bulls would win the 1997 finals that year. And that was it. If you want to watch the full game of the flu game, I'll have a link to it in the description below if you want to watch it. Alright. In other news, Jerry Sloan passed away at the age of 78. He coached the Utah Jazz from 1988 until 2011. He also coached the duo of John Stockton and Karl Malone to 2 NBA Finals appearances, both of which were lost to the Bulls in 1997 and 1998, as mentioned earlier. Alright. Sloan was also a player himself. In fact, he played for the Bulls from the late 60s until the mid 70s. And yeah. Alright. Rest in peace, Jerry Sloan. RIP. Alright. We got the rail system that's already completely finished. I will also do a rail system tour soon. I hope to get it done in the future, and there's lots to show in that future video that will be done, and I hope to show everything about the rail system in the video, and I hope to do it soon. Right. As you saw, there are 2 neighborhoods here besides just downtown. One is Rogersville, which was the name that has no meaning, but that name was generated through the Chicago suburb name generator. Alright, here's the tower with a spectacular view of the sky of the land surrounding the city. Alright. The other neighborhood, Prairie View, also unlike the other neighborhood, has a meaning to the name. The meaning of the name is the meaning of the name Prairie View is that, as many of you know, I'm from Illinois, which is known as the Prairie State. So in tribute to that, I decided to call the neighborhood Prairie View. Alright. Alright. If you didn't know if I'm from Illinois, now you know. Alright. Let's take a look at the skyline of Parkholme one last time. Alright. Parkholme is the name of the city for those who forgot or are new to my Minecraft videos. Alright, here's the beautiful skyline right here. Alright. I gotta add a few more things to the city. But for now, it looks just as nice as I wanted. Okay. In football, a few things have happened. Shortly after drafting Joe Burrow, the Bengals decided to cut Andy Dalton, who had been serving as their main quarterback from 2011 when he was drafted until this year when he was cut. Strangely enough, Andy Dalton ironically took the Bengals to a 8-0 start in 2015 and a 0-8 start in 2019, which is funny, but after 2015, his team began to crumble, and although they still have a few good players in AJ Green and Geno Atkins, the Bengals have really sucked. And their main problem lied within the quarterback last year. That was the whole reason they decided to draft Joe Burrow. Because now that they got who they wanted and that they will commit to him for the next couple of years, they decided to cut ties with Dalton. A few days later, he was picked up by the Cowboys, but he will serve as backup to Dak Prescott. Alright, I'm not sure how well will Joe Burrow do with the Bengals. I don't expect his team to do so good in the next couple of years, but we'll just see about that. My expectations are low, but we'll just have to see for ourselves. Alright. Drew Brees decided to be a broadcaster upon his retirement, which is the plan that he has already chosen. What he will do after his football career comes to an end, and there were rumors suggesting that he would join ESPN, but he decided on joining NBC for Sunday Night Football. He will be, upon his retirement, he will serve as broadcaster for the channel when they broadcast Sunday Night Football. He will be an analyst for the Sunday night games that the network will show. Alright. Okay, that's all the football news I can share for today. Let's get into some other good stuff that we would love to talk about. Alright, how I've been doing in quarantine? So far, I'm doing so well. I've been able to stay safe and healthy. And school has officially come to an end after 4 years of high school. I'm finally ready to move on to the next chapter in life, college and adulthood. But I just have to take up the responsibilities that I have to assume right now that I'm an adult. But you know what? I'm still here with you guys. I still wanna share what's been going on in my life. But my college is approaching. Expect the activity to decrease, because I might have to focus on it. Still, I enjoy sharing my stuff with you guys, and wish me well on the next chapter of my life after high school. The other thing that happened in quarantine was I switched to wet shaving, which is essentially shaving with products like a safety razor or a straight razor, a shaving brush, shaving cream or soap, which is what shaving is. I switched to a safety razor, which performs way better than cartridge razors. You know, the Gillette Fusion, Mach 3, and the Schick Hydro, Schick Quattro razors that you might have used before. Cartridge razors may be okay for some of you, but for most people that I've known, it doesn't do very well for them. In fact, cartridge razors are one of the main reasons a bunch of people struggle with ingrown hairs, razor bumps, razor burn, irritation, amongst the most common causes of shaving side effects. Yeah. In my experience, I struggled with ingrown hairs and irritation from cartridge razors that I've used. And it wasn't very pleasant, you know. I decided to throw out the cartridge razors and switch to an electric shaver, which for a while worked well. But I still wanted to switch to a safety razor, and that was exactly what I did. I just bought the safety razor, which is essentially a plastic Dorco razor from my local store, and it costed like $4, which is nice, no problem. You don't have to start with safety razor shaving with expensive products. You could start off frugally, which is completely okay. And it worked very well. I haven't experienced irritation and ingrown hair ever since switching to a safety razor. And my advice is that you should switch to it. So if you're struggling with ingrown hairs, irritation, razor burn, and razor bumps, you might have to switch to a safety razor. What a safety razor is that it's basically a razor that uses just one blade, but has two edges on one side. The other one uses a single blade, and the other uses the same thing. What I mean by that is that it's essentially a double-edged safety razor, which basically uses double-edged razor blades that you might have seen before from movies and TV shows you've seen, and funnily enough, of emo kids cutting themselves with it. Alright, we're gonna stay here for the night in Queenstown, and we got the mural we would like to show you, so we're gonna stop talking about shaving for a bit. Alright, to show off a new mural. Alright, the new mural that I'm showing off is the Kobe tribute mural, which spells out, which simply says Kobe Mamba Forever, number 8, number 24, and a banner of the Lakers colors that he wore throughout his entire career. Alright. Back to shaving. Yeah, yeah. What's great about, unlike cartridge razors, double-edged blades often cost like 10 to 60 cents a blade, which is much cheaper than Gillette Fusion cartridges, Mach 3 cartridges that cost like $2 to $3 per cartridge. Yeah. Saving money from cartridge razors was also another reason why I switched. In fact, a bunch of people claim that it was the whole reason why they switched to it in the first place. Alright, here's the amphitheater. Currently, I'm leaving it as it is, unlike the other stadiums that have been left empty because of the coronavirus. I was just too lazy to remove everyone from the amphitheater, so I'm just gonna have to leave it that way for now. The baseball field is still closed due to the pandemic. It was supposed to reopen in April, but still hasn't reopened. Alright. Same thing. Alright. We're gonna... Alright, there's something I'd like to show you about the school. Alright. There's only one minor change to the basketball gym in the school. And I added new lighting to the stadium. No more glowstone blocks. Now we're using lanterns as lighting for the basketball gym. Alright. Alright. Back to shaving. Alright. Yeah. A bunch of people that I've come across said that after switching to wet shaving, they had no more irritation, razor bumps, ingrown hairs, and they saved a lot of money from the cartridge blades, and spend like $10 to $30 a year on safety razor blades. The football stadium is still closed, but I hope to reopen it soon, considering that soccer has returned in some parts of the world, like Germany and England. Alright. Alright. Safe and everything. The stadium is still completely empty, but once it reopens, it'll be completely filled again. Alright. Same thing over here for the basketball arena, which has been pretty much abandoned since the NBA suspended their season after Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell were diagnosed with the coronavirus. Alright. The only minor changes done to the basketball arena was that I added scores and the time clock to the scoreboard. As you can see right there. I don't know if you can see it well, but if you want to look closely, here it is. Alright. Yeah. The other good thing about wet shaving is that instead of having to use canned foam like Barbasol or shave gel from Edge or Gillette, you use shaving cream in the tube, and even shaving soap from a puck or in a tin can, which use mostly natural products that are good for your skin. Because when you use shaving foam, they have artificial ingredients that may not be good for your skin. Alright. A major change to the city that you're looking at right now, Canton, is that I expanded it a little by extending the streets and built a few more houses. Alright. Here's what they look like. Very much the exact same design as the other houses I've built a year ago. Right. Yeah. So instead of pressing the button on the aerosol cans of shaving foam or shave gel, do I have to say, you instead use a brush which uses hair like badger or boar or synthetic, whatever material your brush uses, and it takes a little bit of time to lather up with a brush, and instead of getting your hands filled with foam, your hands are completely clean, and you just basically apply the lather to your face for a bit until you get the desired lather you want for the shave. Alright. Gillette. Yeah, safety razors were once popular amongst everyone. Back in the day. In fact, there's a good chance that your granddaddy or your ancestors might have used one before. Like a Gillette safety razor that was incredibly popular amongst everyone back in the 20th century. With some examples being the Fat Boy, the Slim Adjustable, the Black Beauty, the Super Speed, the Tech, among other razors that Gillette made when they used to make safety razors. But in the early 70s though, they began making cartridge razors by introducing the Track 2 razor, followed by the Atra razor years later, and the Sensor razor, the Mach 3, the Fusion razor, and that's pretty much it. That killed the popularity of safety razors. But with the emergence of the internet, safety razors have made a huge comeback, and they're undergoing a huge resurgence in popularity. And yeah, that's basically what happened. Gillette, after releasing a few cartridge razors in the 80s, they stopped making safety razors altogether. But recently, they began making safety razors in the US again by introducing the Gillette Heritage Razor, which is only available on Amazon for like $35 if you want to get one, by clicking the link to the product in the description below. And just recently, they released a razor called another safety razor called King C Gillette Safety Razor, which like the Gillette Heritage Razor, is a 3-piece safety razor that has been recently released. Alright, that's my cat Randy right here. For those who are new to my Minecraft videos. Alright, he's been with me for like a couple months now, and he loves it here. Alright. The King C Gillette razor is only available at Walgreens. Well, select Walgreens stores. So check if your local Walgreens store has one. If it doesn't, then check another one. If you want to check this other Walgreens stores in your area that carry them, click on the link to the product in the description below and check whatever stores that sell the King C Gillette razor. I bought in I bought the new King C Gillette safety razor, and I hope to see how well it does and how well it performs on my face. I might do an entirely separate video about it. Hopefully in the future I'll think about it. Yeah. My final thoughts on safety razors? Well, they worked very well for me. In the end, they should save me money from the cartridge razors and from irritation, ingrown hairs, and it's made me love shaving. It felt like a chore when I used to use cartridge razors and electric shavers. But now it's starting to become more fun and pleasant using a safety razor, which has made shaving a pleasurable experience for me. If you wanna learn how to use a safety razor, there are a couple of videos with the links in the description below that will show you tutorials, what products should you start with, and some of the razors that they recommend you to start off with when you start wet shaving. Alright. I know it's weird talking about shaving, but it's okay to get into it. Nobody's gonna shame you for it. It's okay to completely get into it. It can be a hobby, which is fine. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Alright, we're going home now. Alright. Yeah, the King C. Gillette safety razor I bought was $30. That's how much it costs. And yeah. Which is something I almost forgot to mention. Here's Wally and Fred, the two villagers living in this village where I live. And Josh. Alright. Meanwhile, Illinois is starting to reopen its economy after its coronavirus cases have been slowly starting to decrease steadily. But I hope everything gets better and that hopefully everything gets back to normal in the wake of the pandemic. Alright. Okay, alright, I guess that's it. Alright. Okay guys, thank you guys for watching. Stay safe and I'll see you guys next time.